Hey, I'm Emily with Healthy Living on a Budget. Did you know that our mouth actually absorbs what we put into it? Knowing this, I am so careful about what I put into my mouth. I don't use conventional toothpaste, mouthwash, tooth whiteners. I actually make my own. So today I'm going to show you 4 recipes for easy, cheap, and natural toothpaste. The first 2 recipes are actually just 2 ingredients that you can use by themselves. The third, I'm going to show you a tooth powder, and then I'm going to briefly explain how to make that tooth powder into a toothpaste. All right, let's get started. So the first ingredient that I use by itself to brush my teeth is activated charcoal. Activated charcoal does an amazing job at whitening teeth, particularly surface stains caused by coffee and tea. It also absorbs toxins from the body. To use activated charcoal, all you do is you dip a wet toothbrush into the activated charcoal and you brush. Just to warn you, you will be shocked as you brush your teeth that first time. It leaves your teeth, your lips, everything super black, but don't worry. After you brush, go ahead and wet your toothbrush, rinse it off, brush again, rinse, brush again with a wet toothbrush, and you'll be just fine. You'll be shocked that your teeth actually are white even after you brush with activated charcoal. Just to warn you, the activated charcoal does stain, so you do want to be really careful not to get it on light colored towels or your clothes. And then even to be careful if you have a porous sink, you might not want to spit it into your sink. Ours doesn't stain our sink at all, but I just want you to keep that in mind. The second ingredient that I use by itself to brush my teeth is baking soda. Baking soda is a very mild abrasive that helps clean your teeth, and it also helps to whiten your teeth. You use baking soda just like how you use activated charcoal. All you do is dip a wet toothbrush in and brush your teeth. Now on to a tooth powder recipe. So most toothpaste recipes contain coconut oil. I love coconut oil, and there's a lot of benefits to using coconut oil, but honestly I don't like messing with hardening coconut oil, so during fall and winter I don't use coconut oil toothpaste recipes. And then sometimes I worry about my pipes, and I don't want to clog the pipes with coconut oil. I know a lot of people spit coconut oil into trash cans, but I don't know, I just don't. So that's one of my favorite reasons for using tooth powder. This tooth powder recipe contains bentonite clay, calcium powder, baking soda, cinnamon powder, clove essential oil, peppermint essential oil, and I'm going to use stevia only because I don't have xylitol. So first you take 4 tablespoons of bentonite clay, then add 3 tablespoons of calcium powder, 1 tablespoon of baking soda, and 1 tablespoon of cinnamon powder. I'm gonna add just a touch of stevia. Xylitol tastes way better in this recipe, but I don't have any, so I'm gonna use, like I said, just a little bit of stevia to offset the taste of the baking soda. And when you use xylitol, make sure you powder it. So to powder it, I just throw it in my Vitacost or food processor. So those are all the dry ingredients. Now I'm gonna add several drops of peppermint oil and then clove. I'm gonna add about 10 here, but oftentimes I add more at the end after I taste it. That was probably more like 12. And then I'm gonna throw a few drops of clove in here. That was 6. All right. So then you just shake it up. Let's taste it and see if I need to add any more peppermint or stevia. Definitely a lot more peppermint and stevia. I just added 12 more drops. I'm gonna add a little bit more stevia. I don't like to add a lot of stevia because it has a really funny aftertaste if you use too much. And the stevia that I'm using here is stevia leaf. If you can see it, it's green. So I just bought the bulk herb and then threw it in my Vitacost to powder it a little bit more. All right, so I'm gonna shake it up again and see how it tastes. That's much better. Honestly, if it had xylitol, it would taste a whole lot better. I think I'm actually going to leave it as is. My husband and I frequently just brush with baking soda, so I'd like to think that he's used to the taste of baking soda. Toothpaste is very similar to tooth powder. It has most of the same ingredients, except it doesn't have bentonite clay, and you add coconut oil. All you do is you add all of your dry ingredients, baking soda, calcium powder, powdered xylitol if you have it, and you mix them up, add some essential oils, and then you add coconut oil until you get the desired consistency. Like I mentioned before, I love using this toothpaste, but sometimes I just prefer not to put oil down my drains, and I don't like dealing with hardened coconut oil. Sometimes to get around that, I use fractionated coconut oil, but I've kind of just decided that the tooth powder works just as well. So as you can see, making your own toothpaste is so easy. And I've noticed a lot of benefits from making my own toothpaste. About 1.5 to 2 years ago, before I started making this, I started to get really concerned that I might have a cavity, my teeth were really sensitive, I had to be really careful when I drink water. And now, after I've been using my own toothpaste for a good year or so, I've had absolutely no sensitivity in my teeth, and I'm really excited about that. So give it a try.